Shamar YASHARAHLA. Double honors to the apostle of GMS. And salutations to the brothers who's pushing this truth on the four corners, the highways and byways. Now praise the Shamar YASHARAHLA. Basically, I want going on a topic. What is the image? What is the image of Yahweh Yahushai? Right? Because we have the understanding through the elders and the apostle, right? That was passed on from Yahweh Yahushai. That in Genesis, especially when you go into God, is speaking of Yahushai and the elect, the angels, right? And basically the image, right? We're going to show that through the scripture, the image is going after the ordinance, right? The ordinance of Yahweh Yahushai, the wisdom and understanding, right? This is how man was created, to follow those ordinances, right? Check this, right? We just get the precept because basically I had a conversation with one of them over in Guyana from the House of Israel by the elder Rabbi Washington, who some of them believe that this man could be God, right? They preach or teach that the image of God is this body, the flesh, meaning because God is a man, he made man, right? So we're just gonna debunk and build on this scripture to show the folly that these people teach, right? Somebody get Genesis. Yeah, everybody, I can get it. Yeah.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. And Yahweh say, and the power say, let us make man in our image after the likeness and after the likeness, and let them have dominion.
So when we go into the word God, right? So God said, let us, right? It says more than one, right? So when you go into that word God, you want to understand that's translated from the Strong's H430, which means Alahayah, right? Which is plural. Gods, rulers, divine ones, angels, right? Meaning it's plural, right? The word Allah is singular for power, or God, or ruler, you know, or angel, right? Which is the word angel go into Maya Ka'ala, right?
Malakaya,
right? Right? Basically, yeah, just getting to the point that because the scriptures is basically translated from Hebrew, right, into English, also from Greek Latin to English. But why we go to get the deeper understanding within the scripture, we go into the translation, the original text, right, which is Hebrew. And the word that they got in English is God, which appears to be singular, right? Because they only translated because they don't really do they didn't really have the understanding, right? But the word Alahayam is powers, meaning more than one, divine ones, right? So let's read over there back again.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 6. 26. And the power say, let us make man in our image.
Exactly, in our image, right? In our image, meaning they would carry the ordinance. Let's see according to the scripture. What is the image? Somebody get the Colossians.
This is Colossians chapter 3 and verse 10. And I've put on the new man, which is renewed in the knowledge after the image of him that created him. Colossians chapter 3 verse 10. And I've put on the new man, which is renewed in the knowledge after the image of him.
Renewed in what? The knowledge. Which go back to the sense, right? Which go back to the wisdom and understanding. This knowledge, right? Because the new man means the old man is of this world that we once had, right? But the new man, right, is of this wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Yahushai, which is what? Which is what?
Yeah, can. Renewed in the knowledge after the image of him that created him.
You see, after the image of him that created him, right? because Yahawashi, right, who is the heir of all things, by whom he made the world, right, he and the angels, right, they gave man the ordinance to follow by, right? So that's a quick picture for stitching. Somebody gave you Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Right?
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right? Go on.
Fear God and keep His commandments, and this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty of man. That's basically the image. Fear Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, and keep His commandments. That's the whole duty of man. The animals don't know that. The animals don't have soul. You don't see animals building altars. You don't see animals doing circumcision. You don't see animals on the highways and byway preaching. Right? Because what the scripture says, the creature, right? Because of what? A matter of fact, Slakia. Go back to Genesis chapter 1 and read the 24th verse. Let me just show you something. Somebody get the Romans 8 and 20. Romans 8 and 20. Yeah.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 24. And God said, let the earth, and God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature.
So hold on, living creature, right? Let the earth bring forth the living creatures, right? Living creatures, right? Go on.
After his kindness.
After his kind, right? Go on.
Yeah,
these are creatures. They are flesh like beasts. Go on.
And creeping things.
Yeah.
And beasts of the earth.
And beasts of the earth.
After his kind.
After his kind, right? That's to show that man is included there because man is also a creature. And then in Romans 8 verse 20.
Romans 8 and verse 20. For the creature was for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who had subjected the same in hope.
It is exactly the same in hope. And which of these creatures in hope? Man. Go on, no. Let me see.
It said, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of the corruption in the glorious liberty.
Exactly the corruption, right? The corruption basically in the mind. Right? This is because the corruption in the mind. They have not this knowledge. So that's what the creature will be delivered from. Right? Let's get a quick 2 Peter chapter 2 and 20. Just to show the corrupt. Right? Because this the vanity this creature is subjected to.
Yes.
The corruption.
2 Peter 2 and verse 20. It says, for if after they have escaped the pollutions of this world to the knowledge.
You see the pollution of this world. Read it again, the pollution of this world. Right?
It says, for if after they have escaped the pollutions of this world to knowledge.
Through the knowledge, through what? The image of Yahweh Yahushai. Colossians chapter 3 and 10. Get it back from there. Colossians 3 and 10.
Right. This is Colossians.
Right, because there's the pollution.
Yeah, this Colossians chapter 3 verse 10 says, and I've put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge. Which is renewed in knowledge.
Which is what?
Which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him.
After the image of him that created him, the knowledge. Right? And the knowledge of him that created him, that's the last statutes and commandment. This is the understanding of Yahweh Yahushai. Is that a piece of that?
There's an Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 20 and verse. Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 24. And that he put on the human which after God is created in righteousness and in truth. So therefore that image was done by right space, right order. So therefore the other image, because this flesh is just carnal, this is not image that the Creator talk about.
Next precept. Sirach 17.
This is Sirach chapter 17, verse 1. It says, the Most High created man of the earth and turned him into it again. Say, he gave them few days and a short time.
Gave them a few days and a short time is a short life. Go on.
And power also over the things therein.
Yeah, go on.
He endued.
Let's go back to the dominion over things therein, right? Because how could you rule if you don't have wisdom and understanding, right? To rule and have dominion over. And this is the image that was given to us. Go on.
So he endued them with strength by themselves and made them according to his image.
See? According to his image.
And put the fear of man upon all flesh.
And put the fear of man upon all flesh. Meaning these animals, right, and all the creation was subjected unto us, even unto this day. Right? But for the transgression, it was all taken away.
And gave him dominion over beasts and foes.
Yeah, and gave them dominion over beasts and foes. Right? Back to the you can visit on the back to the Genesis chapter 1. Reading from the 25th verse.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. And God said, let us make man in our image.
And the powers say, let us make man in our image, right? Let's go back to more than one. These angels, right? Go on.
After our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish.
See, going back to the dominion
of the sea, and over.
So this is basically breaking down with the images, you know.
One. And over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth.
Yeah.
And over every creeping thing.
For every creeping thing. Right? Because they are the fear of man. Right? One more, you're going in that.
Verse 27. Yeah, few things that creep up on the earth.
This is the point he actually wanted to bring out. One from Mount Israel saying that is the image, is the flesh after man. Right? One.
So God create man in his own image, in the image of God created him.
So if according to their folly, God created man in his own image, why it stayed this other part? Go on. Meaning if it is according to the flesh, right? Right? This is how they're going off, right?
Yeah, male and female created he them.
You see, male and female created he them. So if you want to say God created man in the flesh, where woman come from? Does the Most High have a breast? Does the Most High have a matrix?
That's right.
Good point. Yeah. Does the Most High have a vagina, in other words? Does it show that the image is not after the flesh? Right? Before I bring out your take the Corinthians. Select the Corinthians.
1 Corinthians 15 and verse 50. This I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. Neither doeth corruption inherit corruption.
You see, neither doeth corruption inherit corruption. Yeah, corruption inherit in corruption, right? Because what flesh and blood can't inherit the kingdom. You even tell me that the Creator sitting on his throne with flesh and so on. Anybody could walk up there with the AK-47 already the Creator say taking this over. Right?
I got time.
Right?
Let me just paraphrase a precept. The scripture says in Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 1 that the Most High incorruptible spirit is in all things. There's the wisdom and understanding, incorruptible spirit. So how can he be flesh and he have corruption and he say incorruptible spirit is in all things?
So read the part over again there.
1 Corinthians 15 and verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption.
You see, neither incorruption inherit corruption. Right? They got a precept. Bring.
Yeah, this is John chapter 4 and verse 24. It says, the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Right? And at the point that the brother said, you know, that that image is not according to the flesh. See, so if the Most High is a spirit, then obviously the image that we were created in, all right, had to be something spiritual. You know?
That's beautiful. Check this. God, the Most High is not out of confusion.
Yeah, this 1 Corinthians 14 and 31. It said, for ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted. And the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets, for Yahweh is not the author of confusion, but of peace.
Exactly, the answer is not confusion. So what else? The answer is not confusion because what the spirit is subjected to the prophet, right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua elect from the beginning, right? They had this wisdom and understanding, which they give it unto man, and they are the same angels that are resolving to change the darkness, which is going back into this flesh, right? So they're the one with this image, right? The image of Yahweh Yahushua to walk, that fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. Right? So the Most is not the art of confusion in saying that the image is going after his flesh. It's not carnal. The Most is not it's not a carnal power. When you get John chapter 5, right? Or chapter 4 when it starts out, the Most is a spirit.
Yeah, just bring out that.
Just read?
Yeah.
Does the spirit still like I was trying to get a precept, but yeah, you see? Does the spirit?
Yeah.
Now check this, where was we? Yeah, the wisdom of Solomon.
This wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 22. As for the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discern a reward for the blameless souls. For Yahweh created man to be immortal.
You see, Yahweh created man to be what?
Immortal.
Yeah, because what? We were made basically after the image of the angels. With this wisdom and understanding, right? And this knowledge, we was to be like immortal, but once sin come into the world, right? When we get carnal, that's when these flesh, that's when it's this spirit of darkness. Right? The scripture said, yeah, but that's the spirit, and you don't want to say quote it. Right? But read on more.
And made him to be an image of his own eternity.
You see, and made him an image of his own eternity. Right? Then the scripture said how the law is life. And the commandments is life.
That's how.
Good. So going on, if when we went out from the view, it was death. And that's the image.
That's beautiful.
Right?
It is Psalms 82 and verse 6. So I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men.
Exactly, because we in this flesh. We can die like men because we in this flesh. Really and truly, we have God. Like if the scripture calls us gods, right? We are God in mentality, right? We shall mental state, we like God. You got a wisdom and understanding. That's what make us God. Right? This wisdom and understanding, this commandment. But we shall die like men. If the creator was a man and you say the image of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is a man, don't mean the creator could die too. Because the scripture says we can die like men.
Right.
Just one. Yeah, we had this morning.
Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 17 verse 7 says, with all he filled them with knowledge and of understanding, and show them good and evil.
You see, and show them good and evil. Right? Unlike the creator of the knowledge of good and evil, we also have that balance. Balance of keeping the wisdom, the understanding. This image.
That's right. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no man no defiled thing fall into her. This is the point. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of Yahweh, and the image of his goodness. So wisdom is this we're getting into the image of the Most High, which is this wisdom,
the dominion,
knowledge and understanding,
the art of things. You understand?
Maybe I will tell Ezekiel to breathe, to give them breath. Ezekiel is the 7. Breathe breath into them.
In dry bones.
Wisdom.
This Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7. The fear of Yahweh is a beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. So therefore, the image is our wisdom, getting 7 order, and our time of righteousness. So fool despise the image of the Most High. But the wisdom is our instruction and beginning of knowledge.
This is Romans 1 verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they become fools and change the glory of the uncorruptible power unto the image made like unto corruptible man.
On point, boy.
You know you bring on there, you gonna break it down. You know you
read the game and break it down.
Yeah, read the game.
Romans 1 and verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they become fools and change the glory of the uncorruptible power unto the image made like.
Right? He's incorruptible.
Yeah.
Because what the scripture says, flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Can't.
Like incorruptible can't inherit, corruptible cannot inherit the incorruptible.
Can't.
Right? So what they do, they change it. They change. You see, they try to change what the scripture is saying because they don't understand it.
Can't.
Right?
Can't.
They know not. Go down on it.
An image made like unto corruptible man.
Which is what?
And to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things.
You see, it's talking about creatures.
Can't.
Just like how a lot of them can't get that Genesis 1 and 24 is talking about the creature, including man.
Can't.
That's right.
Can't.
This is Anita? Can anybody got a precept? Paint the clothes, huh?
I got something here, right?
No, you go. You got your phone.
Me phone it.
You got your phone?
Where you on do?
Gotta go into the Strongs.
Good, read from the Bible and go in the Strongs on the phone.
Yeah, what's I think it's 2 5 and 20.
Yeah, this is read it.
Read back Genesis, right?
1 and 27.
1 and 26. This is Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. It says, and the Most High said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Right? So when you go into the word image,
and go down to the strong definition, it says a resemblance, or Salaki, a resemblance and a representative figure, right?
That's right.
Now, let me see what the representative figure is.
Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 20. Now then, we are ambassadors for a Mashiach, as though the Mosai did beseech you by us. We pray you in the Mashiach's stead, be ye reconciled to the Mosai.
So, it said we are ambassador of the Mosai, right? Good. When you go into the word, and I was talking about the apostles, because they are the knowledge of the Mosai, right? Now when you go into the word ambassador, it says to be a senior, that is by implication an act of representative.
And that's deep. And that's some deep breakdown. And still if they watch and look, you know these brothers do, right? To the spirit, break it down small, and if they can't get it, and if you can't get it after
it's not for them.
It's not for you. Right? So this is it. Right? So you got something now?
Yeah, 2 Ezra 6.
2 Ezra 6. You gotta break it down, make sure I find them.
Yeah, this is 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 47. It says, upon the 5th day thou saidest unto the 7th part, where the waters were gathered, that it should bring forth living creatures, fowls and fishes. So it came to pass, right? And this is the exact thing that was said in Genesis, right? It says, for the dumb waters and without life brought forth living things at the commandment of the Mosai, that all people might praise thy wondrous works, right? Verse 49, thou didst ordain 2 living creatures, all right? The one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan, right? Now when you go into that word Enoch, you talk about being upright, you know, man, you know? So Leviathan representing the other creatures, all right? And Enoch meaning man, upright, having the law, statutes, and commandments, right?
Genesis 9:6. That's a quick point, Slack, yo.
There's Genesis 9 and verse 6.
Say the image is physical. Last closing, go ahead.
It says, whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Yahweh made he man.
Good, as a commandment. In the image. You don't see a man looking like those who shed blood shall die by blood. This is impossible. You could see by the way a man actions and so forth. Alright? Any closer statement, Ark?
Yeah, right. So we hope this video, so we hope this video was edifying, you know, to those who are seeking the truth and to the elect, right? We want to give our praises to
Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakha Kodash.
Again, double honors to the elders and the apostle of GMS, sanitation to the brothers who's pushing this truth, right? And Shalom.